old Orioles magic. The Bullets bang through April, including games with Akeem Olajuwon and the Rockets, Patrick Ewing in the Knicks, and Michael Jordan and the Bulls. The Caps rev up their division motors as they race for the Stanley Cup. Home Team Sports presents all home Capitals playoff action with exclusive coverage of the rest of the NHL, concluding with every game of the Stanley Cup Finals in May. We're expanding our auto racing coverage in April, and you'll see the Long Beach and the Phoenix Time Trials and 3 new weekly racing programs. Pizza Hut is the exclusive sponsor of National Cable Month. TV you've got to see.
Subway makes a BMT and it's my way. The BMT's got a spicy secret at Subway. It's got 6-inch crisp and cool as ice. What's that? Secret, slice of spice. That secret taste is just one place. Subway, my way. Subway, there's a secret to the BMT at Subway, my way. Subway, spice the way it ought to be at Subway.
Now how am I going to get there? It'll be great to see the guys again. I wonder if they'll all show.
I'm trying to make my way back to the Brackendale River.
Friends deserve the best.
This is great. They all showed up.
The crisp, clean taste of Canada's best beer, Labatt's Blue.
What took you so long?
I had a little car trouble. Between friends, it's true blue. Labatt's Blue.
At All-Star Dodge, we've been Baltimore's #1 Dodge retail dealer for the past 7 years. Our customers keep coming back again and again because All-Star sells below credit union buying services and sometimes even below fleet prices. All-Star's $500 down cash or trade policy lets just about anybody drive a new Omni, Caravan, Daytona, or Dodge pickup truck right away. And you'll find All-Star's company executive demos discounted as much as 30% right now at All-Star.
We're back live here on Home Team Sports. The road to the Stanley Cup continues here on HBS tonight. Game 4 of this Patrick Division semifinal series. All the scoring in period number 2. Welcome back. I'm Jeff Rimmer here in our Home Team Sports studios. And as we do normally here in the second intermission, we bring you the scoring track, sponsored by Track Auto. It was a scoreless first 20 minutes of play here tonight at the Capitol Center. Both teams even in shots. No scoring in the first period, but all the scoring in period number 2. And it was Scott Stevens at 2:10 from Hatcher and Hunter. New Jersey tying the score, Muller from Sundstrom. And in a 13-17, Druce with his second of the year, Tucker and Johansson drawing assists. All the scoring, Capitals getting 2 of the 3 goals and lead here after 40 minutes of play. Jeff Rimmer back here in our Home Team Sports studios. And it's a pleasure to have John Brophy with us, longtime coach in hockey circles. And John, first of all, your impressions of tonight's hockey game.
Well, I think it's obviously a great checkered game, and I think Brophy, of course, at the first period, started the first period, I think doing a great job of holding the club in, and I guess he did what he had to do as far as getting everything straight down. I think Washington played an excellent defensive game.
John, of course, it's no secret that you love the physical part of the game, and I'm sure a guy like you enjoys playoff hockey when really we see the game played to its fullest.
Yeah, you think you usually got 20 players that come to the rink ready to play, where probably in the league you might have a few guys not as ready as they are when it comes to the playoffs. So it's nice to see to watch a game like this, especially being away from the league for a year. It's nice to see a game like this again.
Of course, you've got somewhat of an affiliation with the Washington Capitals. You've got Lane Raymond of the Washington Capitals on your hockey club. And last night you were in Baltimore. What were your thoughts of the Skipjacks game last night, losing in overtime?
It was an excellent hockey game both ways. Again, it was a very close checking game. It was very hard hitting. The men with their guys were taking the men off the guys off the puck, and I thought that it was an excellent hockey game for the American Hockey League. It was excellent.
Let's talk about your league and your team, because it was a pretty interesting year for you.
Yes, it is, and as far as our league, I didn't know what to expect to start last year, and to see what kind of hockey was played in the league was just tremendous. And for our own home team to see the way, or to find out the way we drew, was beyond whatever we thought at the start of the year. We averaged about pretty near 7,000 a game, and I think we drew about 187,000 for the year. 32 home games is just amazing.
And of course, Home Team Sports goes down to that area, and You watch the Capitals on a regular basis?
Yes, we do.
And let's talk about expansion in your league, because I
Well,
heard
we have for sure. We have one new team in Richmond and maybe another team in Ohio someplace, and we're in probably Charlotte, North Carolina, might be back in. But it's just great things. The whole league is through average about just under 4,000 per team, and it's nothing but great things as far as our league's concerned.
Has the caliber of play improved?
Yes, it has, and I would say about 40%. What we're getting is a lot of players that probably might not be drafted because of their size, but they're excellent skills with their top college players. A lot of excellent overage juniors that want to continue continue hockey career along. And, of course, draft choices signed by the National Hockey League. We have as many as 6 and 7 sometimes, either from Detroit or Washington. And I had an excellent time in doing it, and it was very surprised the caliber of hockey.
I guess you appreciate a guy like Alan May of the Washington Capitals who's made it from your league.
Yes, he did. He went to Salem a couple of years ago, and he's playing an excellent game out here tonight, and it's good to see that.
Good to see you here. Enjoy the third period.
Thank you very much.
John Brophy, and we've got more of our second intermission ahead, so stay tuned.
Biscuits! You'll never make it!
7:58, Jeff.
2-minute warning. Couldn't do it, huh? Get a sausage and egg biscuit, biscuits and gravy, or bacon and egg biscuit for just 99 cents at Hardee's. Go for it.
No matter what you do, baby, I'll be there for you. You can depend on me, yeah. There's no need for you to cry, 'cause I'll be right there by your side.
Rest assured, because Kodak Ultralife lithium batteries last twice as long as any other battery.
You can depend on me.
Kodak Ultralife. Depend on us to last twice as long for less than twice the price.
If you're searching for great oldies on the radio, the search ends here.
Extra 104, now with 10 great oldies in a row.
Well, she was just 17.
Extra 104 is the only Washington radio station that gives you great oldies all the time. Great oldies from the 60s, back-to-back, non-stop. So, for your favorite oldies anytime, remember, set a button on your radio to 104.1 FM. Extra 104, great oldies all the time.
This graph shows how ordinary gasoline builds up deposits on intake valves. On the road, it can cause hesitation, loss of performance. But when Texaco's System 3 gasoline was used, valves actually got cleaner. On the graph, it looks like this. On the road, it looks like this. After 5 tanks, it gets even better.
Joe Orsulak.
Bill Ripken and Orsulak. Orsulak, did he catch it? Yes!
Bill Ripken.
George Brett hits a grounder. Great play by Bill Ripken, and he makes the play.
Craig Worthington.
Worthington around first. Diving into second, and he's safe.
Mickey Tettleton.
The Fruit Loops kid strikes again, a 2-run homer.
It's time again for Orioles baseball. See 90 games live and exclusively on Home Team Sports.
The score 2-1. The Washington Capitals have the lead after 40 minutes of play here tonight at the Capitol Center. Mike Forens and Al Koken welcoming you back once again to Home Team Sports. Well, a second period that got the scoring started. We were scoreless after one period of play, and even though New Jersey tied the game up, the Capitals took charge right away.
Big goal by John Druce. As I mentioned, after it was scored, you go back to game one when the Devils had tied the game up in the second period, and Dale Hunter came back at 10 seconds after that and gave the Capitals new life. John Druce did the same thing 15 seconds after the goal by Bauer.
Let's take a look at our shot chart now for the Washington Capitals, and we can show you their shots during the first period of play. With Washington coming up with 13 shots on goal. They scored twice.
They scored twice, and also a big play by Scott Stevens, getting something going on the power play for the Capitals. They took advantage of a 4-minute penalty. Now, you've got Stevens out here. You can't see him on your picture, but what you do see is Courtnall in here. Drews in here, you see the people pinching into the net and the traffic that's built up. Let's start the play, and you'll see what happens. You'll see the people jamming the front of the net. The puck goes down to Stevens. He centers it in front. The Devils do a pretty good job of clearing things right there, knocking first Drews down, but watch what happens. Stop it now. You've got the puck out loose here. One Devil falling backwards. Before this Devil can get out, look at all the traffic in front that Burke has got to contend with. Swooping out of the corner and onto the puck is going to be Scott Stevens. And watch this spot right in here. Burke has got to deal with people at his feet, bodies flying in front of him, and Scott Stevens on the power play rips a beautiful drive on that far post, and the Capitals take a big 1-0 lead. Then after the Muller goal, we talk about the big play by John Druce. Now, Fetisov and Druce are tied up right here. Fetisov has got a little hook in on Druce. Kasatonov, his partner's keeping an eye on Tucker, who's got the puck here. But watch what happens. Fetisov loses Druce. Now, stop it. See what Fetisov does instead of staying with him? He puts the stick down, tries to cut off the pass, but Tucker puts a perfect one right onto the stick of Druce, and he'll rip it right past Sean Burke, even as Burke is moving past. Fetisov had him, let him go, and Tucker found Druce with a beautiful pass. And this, again, the nice play that John Druce is starting to feature. The guy's got good skills, he's a good skater, and he's getting more ice time, and he's driving in that strongly.
Let's take a look now at the New Jersey shot chart. As you can see on their shots, they score one time, and the goal came from Kirk Muller right after a big play at the other end of the ice.
Well, Rod Langway was caught up ice, tried to make an offensive play, and the Capitals had two men back, Neil Sheehy and Dino Ciccarelli. But Ciccarelli never really challenges Sundstrom. He walks in, and look at this little layout pass he gives. He allows Muller to go in. Sheehy's trying to push Muller off, but he doesn't tie up the stick, can't tie up the body. Muller's able to get that stick out in front of him, and because Sundstrom set him up perfectly, he allowed Muller to move right into the shot and put it home, and that looked to be a big goal at that point, but the Caps answered back with that Druce tally just 15 seconds later.
We'll have the opening face-off of the third period right after this.
It is a race from California to New York to win America's favorite light beer. It is the Tour Delight. Here comes the Jamaican bobsled team, Flecko and White, and of course, Run DMC.
Hey guys, I know a shortcut. Follow me.
Well, there goes Woody Harrelson. They all want to win the less filling beer that really tastes great, Miller Lite. And so, it's on to New York.
Canada. All right. What's on the map?
Announcing the Subaru Spring Training Program. Fans, now's the time to drive home a Subaru, like the Legacy, with a power-hitting 16-valve, 130-horsepower engine, the options of civilized four-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes. You can save up to $1,500. That baby is out of here.
Factory-to-dealer cash incentives on selected models mean you could save up to $1,500 on a Subaru.
Right now at Jiffy Lube, you'll get great service and great savings with the Pennzoil Car Care Savings Book. It's filled with coupons that can save you over $80 on helpful car care products. And it's yours free with any oil change using the world-class protection of quality Pennzoil. So come by participating Jiffy Lube today. Get a fast, professional oil change with quality Pennzoil and your free Pennzoil Car Care Savings Book.
Tuesday is Ladies' Day at Jiffy Lube. Come by for a 14-point service and a special surprise just for the ladies.
Washington Capitals game coverage on Home Team Sports is brought to you by Safeway. Come see the difference at Safeway. It's a 2-1 story. The Washington Capitals have the lead over the New Jersey Devils after 2 periods of play. Tonight's final period about to unfold here tonight at the Cap Center. Let's check in before the face-off with Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. Man, let's get a look at our Washington Post scoreboard. First of all, that other game in the Patrick division involving the Islanders and the Rangers now in the second period. The Rangers, who lead the series 2-1, have this one well in hand. They've got single goals tonight from Mullen, Turcotte, Wilson, Muller, and Ogrodnik. Boston trailing the Hartford Whalers. This one again a surprise. And Ivan Corbo has one of the Hartford goals. In fact, it's been a big night for several ex-Capitals. Christian also scored for the Boston Bruins. Buffalo and Montreal are tied 2-2. Vive and Bodger have scored for Buffalo. Richer and Skrudland. And in Major League Baseball, the Orioles playing their second game of the young season. Jeff Ballard against Mark Gubiza, the pitching matchup to start that one. Now in the third inning, Baltimore ahead of Kansas City by a score of 1-0. We'd also be remiss if we didn't mention the death today after a lengthy illness of the owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs, Harold Ballard, a controversial figure. Many people maybe only saw the crusty side of our pal Hal, but he was to many, particularly to charities in Toronto, a very, very supportive and generous individual. Harold Ballard passing away today after a lengthy illness in Toronto. The teams are out on the ice now for period number 3. Let's rejoin Mike Fornes and Al Koken.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Caps in a position now where the next goal becomes vital. They've got to get it. They need to get this game well in control and not have to try and play an even type of game and scramble for the winner or try and have to play catch-up. If they can pick up the next goal, the way they have been playing defense here at the Capitol Center, they did a great job in Game 3, a strong job so far for 40 minutes of Game 4. If they can get the offense to click and give themselves some breathing room, they head back to New Jersey then with this series tied up. 20 minutes more in regulation to go. Here's Mike Fornes.
All right, Aldino Ciccarelli chases it back into his own zone and leads it ahead to center ice. But Belichick fires it back inside the Washington zone. Beaupre slides it off the corner boards to Hatcher. He bumps it ahead to Ciccarelli. Now it's poked by Maley back to the corner. Here's Langway in after the puck. Hit by Bill Graham. Leads it ahead for Ciccarelli. Dino Ciccarelli, a pass behind Hatcher. Hatcher takes over to the blue line up to center ice. Now Ridley picks it up. Here's Mike Ridley. Offside. Ciccarelli. Ridley dumped on the play right as he crossed the line by Belichick. We'll have a face-off out of neutral ice.
Right off the bat, the Devils start get some very deep pressure. One of the things we've seen out of the Devils is they haven't really been, at all times, coming down and putting that heavy deep forechecking pressure. They've been laying back a lot, trying to pick passes off at the blue line or in the neutral zone. But here they start off with Bill Graham, Brown, and Maley, and they get those guys in very, very deep, with Maley and Bill Graham in particular doing a lot of banging to try and shake the puck loose from Langway and Hatcher. Now Terry Murray changes up his forward line. He's got John Tucker out there playing right wing with Courtnall and Hunter. Sheehy now out there with Scott Stevens.
Here's Courtnall with a steal, a slap shot. That zings right by the ear of Burke and then hits the glass. Came back over the netting, and Burke had to look over his left shoulder to make the catch.
What happens a lot when it hits the boards, it doesn't come back hard, but this shot hits off the glass and comes firing right back. John Burke very alert to pick it up all the way. And any mistake looked like it was going to be gobbled up by Dale Hunter. Burke racking pretty coolly there on that crazy carom off the glass.
The draw comes back to Sheehy, a slap shot wide of the net. Over now to Muller. Muller starts out to Sundstrom. Checked at the blue line by Stevens. Stastny takes the puck to the corner. Sheehy rubs him out. Muller goes in to try and throw a hit on Courtnall, but the puck cleared the center. Dribbles all the way back inside the New Jersey zone. It's the Kaprizov back to play it. Leads it ahead off the stick of Stastny. It's back into the Washington end, and Scott Stevens is in there to get it. Caps lead 2-1, just underway with the third period. Puck goes into the Washington players' bench, and there'll be another face-off.
Mike, I think this is going to be a big period of hockey for Neil Sheehy. With Bob Rouse out for the rest of the game because of the game misconduct that followed his 5-minute spearing major, Neil Sheehy was put out there to start this period playing with Scott Stevens. Bob Rouse, Scott Stevens' normal defense partner, and Neil Sheehy is probably going to have to play the bulk of the time with Scott, as Terry Murray's got to do some mixing and matching. So Neil Sheehy, who has had a very featured role in this series in terms of being an agitator, tough physical defenseman that he is, has got to keep cool. I would imagine the New Jersey Devils are going to continue to try and go after him and see if they can take him off the ice and further deplete this Capital defense corps. So it's an interesting period of hockey coming up for Neil Sheehy.
Bruce Driver fires it back into Washington ice, and Langway is there to take it. He puts it all the way down. Shots on goal, and no icing is called as Burke shovels it in behind the net over to Weinrich in the corner. John McLean dumps it back into the Capital zone. Hatcher up the boards now for Leach. Poked at the line by Driver. Now taken back by Steve Leach. Here comes Leach to center. Gets across the blue line. Leach tries to flip it to Pavanka, but the puck goes to the corner. And up the boards now to Brendan Shanahan of New Jersey. Here's Shanahan. Out to center ice for McLean. McLean to the blue line, taken away by Leach. Leach starts back. And again, McLean comes up with it. McLean winds and fires. Stick save made by Beaupre in the Washington net. New Jersey's first shot on goal of this period. Now here's McLean, a high drive up over the goal, and Wrigley digs it out of the corner. Here's Mike Wrigley coming back. Caps change up the line. Wrigley tosses it into the corner. Danico bumped by Kelly Miller. This is Maley. At the blue line, looked like Brown was offside, but the puck still in neutral ice. Now it's dumped in. Scott Stevens to the corner. Tries to work free from Doug Brown. Now played to the blue line and finally kicked out of the neutral ice. It's frozen there right in front of the Caps bench. 17 minutes to go here in the third period. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on Home Team Sports.
This graph shows that your car can drive better with Texaco's System 3 gasoline. In the BMW test, ordinary gasoline built up valve deposits, but System 3 actually took them away. Tank after tank, valves got cleaner and cleaner. As for performance, after 5 tanks, it gets even better.
Tonight's attendance, 17,670. Of course, if the Capitals go on, hold on, win Game 4 here, there will be a 6th game played here at the Capitol Center on Sunday night. That begins at 7 o'clock, and of course, we'll have it for you here on Home Team Sports.
A whistle stopping play right at the blue line of New Jersey.
The last time we had a hockey game right around Easter was that crazy game starting with the Caps and New York Islanders, Game 7 of that playoff series. It started on the Saturday night before Easter and ended up Easter Sunday morning.
Little did we know when we went on the air, the face-off at 7:30, we would still be announcing hockey at 10 minutes until 2 the following morning. The draw comes back to center, and here's Hatcher to take it. Left side for Johansson. Fires into the double zone, and now Tucker is there to play it toward the net. Kicked aside by Burke. Back out to Johansson. He throws it on into the New Jersey zone. Burke roadblocks behind the net. And now here's Kasatonov to come out to Muller. Stolen by Hunter. Dale Hunter puts it right back inside the Jersey zone. Devils forced to play it. Up the boards to Sundstrom. Hatcher takes it away. Now over to Tucker. Back to Hunter. Up the side of the goal to Kortnall. Jeff Kortnall back to the point. This one gets away from Johansson. He chases it, though, and recovers back at his own line. Kasatonov carries it in. That's offside.
Boy, that speed of Calle Johansson rather apparent there. The guy had the puck get by him, and Muller obviously had a stride on him to start. Johansson, though, turning on the Jets, catching up with him. Clearing it out of the zone, and with Kasatonov bringing it in, Caps escape another chance. The New Jersey Devils would have had. Now Rob Schick stopping a late New Jersey line change. All the people kind of wanted out there, couldn't get out. But Morris, Shanahan, and McLean on the forward line with Driver and Weinrich. I think as this series has gone on, Mike, Eric Weinrich and Driver in particular have gotten a lot more ice time at even strength. They've been so dominating, working mostly power play. Eric Weinrich, a rookie, but John Cunha feels he's playing very, very well, and he's getting more ice time because of it.
Puck cleared over the glass into the corner. And out of play. We'll have another face-off. McLean with 2 power play goals in this series. Also has a shorthanded goal and came into this contest with 3 goals on the season. Still has yet to pick up an assist in the series.
This year he had 322 shots on goal in the regular season. That shattered the record for shots on goal by New Jersey Devil that he set himself last year with 266.
Here's Langway to Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli coming on, a shot, a save made by Burke. Back come the Devils on the attack. Weinrich to center ice, now to Brown. Doug Brown to the Washington blue line. Leads it over in the corner to Malin. He's hit by Langway. Miller jams up, and Sheehy takes over with the puck now behind the Washington net. Up the boards for Dino Ciccarelli. Look right in front of the Caps goal. Sundstrom tries to dig it loose. Here's Langway with the puck. Langway starts out. Up the center. Off the stick of Wrigley all the way back inside the New Jersey zone. Alan May sends it on net. Burke makes the save and now covers up as Wrigley was standing nearby, hoping to get a rebound, and gets pushed out of there by Driver. May has something to say about that. Comes in to talk to Driver.
So I mentioned how good Eric Weinrich was playing at even strength. Dino Ciccarelli motors around him and forces Burke into another big save.
As soon as customers walk in our store, they smell aroma and they rush right over to the bakery. I don't think people realize that we make all of our cakes and our breads from scratch. Every day at 4 o'clock, we have French bread come right out of the oven hot, and people love it.
To see someone come up to the bakery and purchase something that I've made personally, it just gives me a feeling on the inside that, wow, that's nice.
Face off to the front and left of Sean Burke, who has stopped 23 Capital shots. The Devils have put 18 on goal for Don Beaupre, coming up with 17 saves. Pivonka now taking this draw. He's out there now with Berglund and Drews.
Devils get the face-off. Katsatonov pinned by Berglund. Now Pivonka pulls in and tries to move the puck. Played out to Muller. Muller to center ice, off the stick of Scott Stevens. Here comes McLean. McLean dropped past Fetisov, and stolen by Stevens. He clears it ahead now to Pivonka. Back on the tap, 3-on-2. Pivonka to the blue line, walking in with Hatcher. Hatcher loses the puck in his skates. Turns around and fires, and Burke scoops it up with a glove save.
Well, the Capitals played that very nicely. Once the Devils started up ice, it looked like Fetisov, trailing the play, was going to jump in and get a great scoring opportunity. I think it was John Drews coming back and cutting that off. Excellent third-man help by the Capital forwards, and once the Capitals stopped that rush up, they turned around and had a 3-on-2 of their own. Kevin Hatcher couldn't get anything more than just that flip towards Sean Burke.
Every game in the series thus far has been decided by 1-goal margin. That's where this one stands right now with 14:22 to play here in the third period.
Now John Tucker comes on to center Alan May and Bob Joyce. As right now Terry Murray doing a little line jumping on his front unit.
Caps get the draw. Here's Sheehy back at the right point. Wrist shot into the crowd, knocked away by Weinrich. Out to center ice. Here's Billgren. Back into the Washington zone. Sheehy in on Billgren, ties him up. And it's played off the boards by Sheehy to the point. Weinrich keeps it in. Plays it in behind the Capitals goal. Billgren holds the stick of Sheehy. Shanahan with the puck. Over to Morris. Fires! And it's blocked by Beaupre right in front of the net. Now Alan May. Back to Sheehy. And Sheehy dumps it all the way back to the blue line of New Jersey. Capitals put Kurtzall out there now. May stays on the ice. Tucker is on. Langway and Hatcher defensively. Billgren, a long shot up off the glass. Devils start their line change. And it's May poking it all the way down the ice, and then May heads to the bench with Tucker. There'll be an icing call, though, as Danico is in there first to get it. A
Shanahan and Langway get themselves tied up right near the Capitol in New Jersey benches. Shanahan now continues to come in and push and get something started with Rod Langway. Danico and Hunter quickly with the gloves up, sticks up. Referee Rob Schick, who I think has called a very confident game tonight, has been very decisive in his penalty calls and has called a number of calls to try and break up action. Apparently he's going to make some more calls. We'll have them for you when we come back.
Yeah, we just scored. No, I didn't see Kevin get hit. Kev, you okay?
I wind up in the hospital, and Bob gets a winning goal.
I couldn't let Kevin miss the party.
I was having a pretty good time where I was.
Friends deserve the best.
Friendship. Just being there.
The crisp, clean taste of Canada's best beer, Labatt's Blue.
I have to be flat on my back to get Bob to buy me a blue.
Between friends, it's true blue. Labatt's Blue.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, the tight game called by Rob Schick continues, and sportsmanlike conduct calls to Rod Langway and Brendan Shanahan. Mentioned right at the meeting of the New Jersey and Washington benches. Those two got entangled, and Rob Schick, as he has most of the night, not allowed these scrums to continue without some sort of penalty call. Now we're awaiting a defenseman for the Washington Capitals. Calle Johansson comes out. He'll pair up with Kevin Hatcher, with Hunter taking his draw against David Maley. Leach and Courtnall working with Hunter. Brown and Sundstrom out there with Maley, is also John Cunningham. Has had some wholesale changes in his forward line.
Johansson works it over to Courtnall, and now it's played by Courtnall to the blue line. Courtnall weaves his way to center ice. Gets this in across the New Jersey line. Stops at the point, and it's taken by Brown. Brown comes back over to Sundstrom. Inside the zone to Brown. Maley chases it to the corner and pushes Johansson off the puck. Now Courtnall up to pick it up. Tries to clear it out of the zone. Here's Johansson. Leads it ahead to Courtnall. Jeff Courtnall stops. Is checked by Belichick. Maley pokes it back to the corner. Quick wrist shot by Steve Leach. Right on goal, and Burke makes the save. Now out to center ice. Johansson to Leach. Back inside the Devil zone. Cap leading 2-1. Here comes Sundstrom. Right side Brown. 4-on-3 to the blue line. Danico carries it in. Drop pass for Stastny. Peter Stastny, a wrist shot. Blocked by Scott Stevens. And Stevens comes ahead now to Courtnall. Courtnall stops and backs it up. Here is Stevens with the puck. Leads it off the skates of Miller. Back inside the New Jersey zone. Miller ridden into the boards by Kasatonov. Ridley's back there trying to work it loose. Here's Mike Ridley turning on his backhand center. But Stastny was there to block the pass and steals, starting back to center ice. Stastny with Muller. Kirk Muller came in early. Offside is the call against the Devils.
Jerry Payton, who made that offside call, gets an earful from Kirk Muller. Well, right now, McLean is out there with Stastny and Muller for John Cunningham. Patrick Sundstrom out there with Stastny and Muller. McLean had been playing with Shanahan and Morris, but Billgrain has started most of this period in that spot. Cicerelli, Ridley, and Miller, a forward line that started the contest, intact right now and out there.
Scott Stevens into the corner. Plays it out of the zone all the way back inside the New Jersey end, and here's Kasatonov to get it. All the scoring in this game took place in the second period. Kasatonov, a long pass out to center ice. Stevens ahead to Miller. Miller hooked as he goes into the zone. Nothing called. Miller knocked to the ice by Fetisov. And now here's Ridley to get the puck. Mike Ridley out to Cicerelli. Fires just wide. Chased behind the goal by Miller. Miller back to the point for Stevens. Dumps it in behind the net. Now Cicerelli turns and tries to work it loose. Gets away from Bob Joyce. Here comes Muller starting out. He drives it right back inside Jersey ice from outside the blue line. The play is called offside. Here's Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. And we're going to get a look at the Washington Post scoreboard to update you on all the Stanley Cup playoff action tonight. Rangers still leading 5-1 now in the third period on the island. They lead the series 2-1. The Boston Bruins will pull back to within 1 goal. Hartford ahead 5-4 now in the third. The Buffalo Sabres have just taken a lead, and it's Turgeon who's got the go-ahead goal, Pierre Turgeon for Buffalo. Orioles still leading Kansas City 1-0. They're now in the 5th inning. Ballard and Gubaza. Back upstairs to Mike and Al.
Okay, Jeff, you know, one of the things I'm seeing tonight from the Capitals, they seem to be shooting at the post on Sean Burke. They had great success in the first game going between the legs in that 5-hole, but a lot of the shots the Capitals have set towards Sean Burke, particularly those close-in chances, they tried to beat him at either goalpost, and so far they've had a little success with it.
Here's a drive by Langway, and Burke makes the save. Dances behind the goal, holds onto it, finally gets a whistle. I think he went behind the goal, Al, thinking he was going to play the puck, but suddenly there was one of the Capitals who was being checked, but Burke didn't want to take a chance.
The referee certainly will give the goaltenders, particularly as the game goes on and when it's a close game, a lot of leeway in those situations. Generally, they're telling them early in the game to play it, drop it, play it, but a 2-1 hockey game, playoff type of game in the third period, Rob Schick's going to let Sean Burke get away with it.
Michael Pavanka against John Morris. Pavanka beats him. Back to Langway. Slap shot. It hit Burke in the face. Rebound is loose. The Devils come out. Here's Morris across the line to Vilgrain, right in front for Shanahan. Morris reaching for it. Bruce skates out of the log jam with the puck and clears it all the way out to center ice. Shanahan picked off by Beaupre. He dumps it to the blue line, but not out. Weinrich keeps it in. Now John Bruce. And flips it off the sideboards all the way down. This will be icing as Driver goes back to get it. Giving both teams a chance to change lines once again with 10:06 remaining in the third period.
Cap center fans booing because Rob Schick was caught in the way of John Bruce, and Bruce basically had no other alternative but just to bang it out of the zone for that icing call.
Bob Joyce with a goal and an assist in the playoff series thus far. Here's another player out who I think has the potential to really get on track.
Indeed, and Terry Murray's got him out there right now with Hunter and Leach. Two other guys who really work the corners and bang around the front of the net. Those seem to be the good type of goals that Bob Joyce will score for you. That seems to be his style of play.
Scott Stevens clears it all the way back into the Devils zone. This will be icing as Belichick is in for it. And as he touches the puck, the whistle blows.
Bob Joyce, one of those guys kind of becoming part of almost like a trivia question when you ask who has scored for the Capitals other than Dino Ciccarelli. It's tough to kind of come up with the other guys. Miller, Joyce, Dale Hunter, John Bruce.
Rather unlikely one from the power play from Bob Wright. Bob Wright doesn't score many goals, but got an awful big one in that game. Roush is out of this contest. He was ejected in the second period on a 5-minute spearing major in a game misconduct.
Well, the Capitals have had that 10-minute mark pass in this period. 9:57 left to go. They've kept the Devils off the board.
Here's Danico, winds and fires. That one deflected by Miller, and it sizzled just over the head of Beaupre. Now Langway comes back. Rod Langway off the stick of Wrigley to the corner. Miller is in behind the goal after it. Danico plays it up the board. Here's a lead pass to center ice for Stastny. Stastny across the blue line, drops it off to Muller, walks in, tries to center, and it gets away from Stastny. Picked up by Langway. Now cleared by Hatcher. And Kevin Hatcher starts back for Washington. Long lead pass. Ciccarelli's in, fires, Burke the save. Dino Ciccarelli wound up on the right wing, and it appeared as though he was gunning to try and score in this game, which would have put him on the scoreboard in every game in this playoff series. But Burke stopped him on that attempt.
How would you like to own your favorite player's jersey? Well, the Showcase Team Apparel Stores is now conducting a silent auction on authentic, game-worn Capitol home jerseys. There are 22 different jerseys, including such stars as Scott Stevens, Mike Gridley, Dale Hunter, and many others. For a complete list of rules, stop by the Showcase stores located in the Springfield Mall or the Georgetown Park area and place your bid. Showcase, the game will never be the same. Well, here's a guy who is trying to go between the legs of Sean Burke. Very similar to the goal he scored, his second goal in that first game. Busting down wing, tries to get it between the 5 holes. Sean Burke covering up. But I like what the Capitals are doing. Not only are they coming back helping defensively, but Kevin Asher, quick recognition that Cicerelli was breaking loose and threw it up to try and get a good scoring opportunity, and he did.
Sheehy reaches behind him to give it to Hunter. He starts back to Bob Joyce, a long drive. That's gloved by Burke, who has Capitals swarming around him in front. And finally holds on long enough to get a whistle.
All right, now the Capitals with 8 shots on goal, just 2 for the New Jersey Devils, and that is the way you go in the third period when you've got a lead. You want to play smart, you want to play defensive, you want to hold on to your lead, but don't sit back, and the Capitals have it. They've continued to press the attack and put pressure on John Cunniff's team.
Washington with 30 shots on goal so far in this game. New Jersey with 19. Goal-scoring column, Stevens and Druce for the Capitals, Kirk Muller for New Jersey. 2-1 Washington with 9 minutes to go here in the third period. Vilgrain has it on the right wing, stolen by Hunter at center ice. Now Hunter dumps it back inside the Devils' end. Played off the boards. It hit Hatcher in neutral ice, taken by Shanahan. Right side Vilgrain. Hunter ties him up, and now here's Bob Joyce. Ahead to Leach. Leach a slap shot. Blocked by Kasatonov. Leach tries to work out of a corner, but Shanahan takes it. Popped up at center. Into the skates of Joyce. He lets Hatcher grab it. Hatcher turns and flips it out to center. Leach tries to outduel Vilgrain. Comes loose to center, and here comes Weinrich. Cut off by Stevens. Now Vilgrain with the puck. Works it loose and bounces it out of his zone to center. Takes the pressure off once again. Devils come back. Shanahan in across the line. Gives to Morris. Checked by Scott Stevens. And again, the puck sent to center ice. Both teams start line changes. Here's Hatcher, a hit on Weinrich. Now a drive. Glancing off Scott Stevens. McLean had the shot. But it makes its way over the glass into the crowd for a Stanley Cup souvenir.
John McLean wheeling in, turns, looks to fire. That puck bouncing just a little bit, but Scott Stevens at the last second playing that perfectly. Wasn't too close to him. Didn't allow McLean to do any kind of stick handling after. Stevens didn't commit until that downswing was coming from the McLean shot, and also made sure he caught it in the lower part of the body. Got those heavy part of the pads right on that good shot.
Off to the right of Beaupre. Stastny leans in for the draw. Will oppose Michael Pivonka. Devils finally get the puck. It comes back to Weinrich. He fires. Beaupre the save. Third shot Don Beaupre has seen this period, and there's just 7:41 left to go in it. Don Beaupre will tell you he likes to see a few more shots in this, and this is a quality chance. Again, Stevens goes down to try and block it, and look how dangerous that is, because Scott Stevens' skates get right there, just about that spot where the puck is, and it's very difficult for a goaltender to pick that up. Don Beaupre reacted very well. Weinrich thought he had something, banged his stick down to the ice in disgust. Stastny against Ridley this time. Caps get it, and Hatcher hooked to the ice by Muller behind the net. Gets up. Fights to get free and does. Kevin Hatcher, good job. A lot of stick work being done on him and still got the puck cleared out of his zone. Driver back into his own end. Here's Weinrich across the blue line. Hatcher off the backboards, over now to Langway. Langway leaves it to Kelly Miller. Miller at center ice. Looks it across the line, back inside the double zone. Burke plays it along the corner boards. Up now to Muller. And out to Stastny. Peter Stastny starts back to the blue line of Washington. Stick check by Langway. Sheehy is there to clear it. Gets it out to center. Danico throws it over to Belichick. Belichick, headman for puck to Muller. He's across the line. Now to McLean in the corner. Lined up by Sheehy and bumped to the ice. Andy Belichick takes it in behind the goal. Danico pokes it in behind the netting, and now Langway is hit by Muller on the play. Knocked down, the puck centered, right through the goal now. No one able to touch it. Back to McLean, to Stastny in front. Beaupre hangs on. The puck is loose behind them. Langway doesn't know where the puck is, and he was trying to make sure that Beaupre did not move because he feared the puck might have gotten underneath it. And the Capitals barking at Rob Schick, feeling a lot was let go there. A scrambling situation, and the Devils really, in the last minute, showing some good life here, and have had some good chances right in front of Beaupre. The Weinrich shot was stopped by Beaupre, and then this scuffle right in front of the net presents another good opportunity with Muller coming in front. Here McLean comes from that bad angle, driving into the front. There you see that deflection bouncing off those skates. Muller again with him, and Langway helping out, but right there, Rob Schick has blown the whistle for that puck right there in the crease. Capitals had their complaints there in that situation, Al, but I think regardless of who wins or loses this game, at this point in the contest, I would say that Rob Schick has turned in the most solid job of officiating Capitals and Devils have seen in this playoff series so far.
I would agree with that. And, you know, I go back to Game 5 last year in this building that Rob Schick officiated, and I know the Capitals were upset by the loss, but he made a couple gutty calls against one Kevin Hatcher, the other Dale Hunter. That's tough to do when it's in the third period of a close game in the building of the team that you're penalizing. But Rob Schick, I think, showed a lot of guts in that situation. He's been very strong and in charge so far tonight.
Each team has had their problems and questions about some calls that Schick has had tonight, but it has been far and away superior to anything we have seen elsewhere in this series. Here's Scott Stevens hanging on with Maley in the corner. Maley jammed up by Sheehy. The puck cleared up the boards. Now Danico has it at the point. Keeps the pressure on in the Washington zone. 6 minutes to play, third period. Caps leading 2-1. Drews bumps it on back to the blue line of New Jersey. Now Sundstrom takes over back inside the Devils zone. Belichick climbs to center. Hit by Ciccarelli. The puck goes to the corner. Sundstrom and Stevens collide. Pavanka's in to take it. Here's Michael Pavanka. Soft pass off the boards to Ciccarelli. He banks it out to center. Maley drops it back to Belichick. Up to Brown. All the way into the Washington zone. Crowd starts to chant again of Dino, and Ciccarelli fires it on into the New Jersey zone. Ridley trying to center. Fetisov is there. He comes back for the Devils. Leads it ahead to center. Now Shanahan. Pumping it in. Johansson for the Capitals. Clearing it. Shanahan right across the goal mouth. Bill Grain couldn't touch the puck. Now Beaupre behind that to stop this one on his own. Played to the blue line, but not out. And finally, Hatcher carries it ahead to Ciccarelli. Here's Ciccarelli across the blue line. Checked by Shannon, or rather by Casatona. Again, New Jersey has control. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third period. A one-goal hockey game that Washington leads 2-1. Bob Joyce throws a hit from behind on Fetisov. The puck back into the Capitals net. Hatcher has time and makes the play, clearing it all the way out to center. Kasatonov up the boards. Hunter with a steal. Dale Hunter coming on, a backhand shot. Joyce looks for the rebound, but it settles right in front of the net. And there is Sean Burke to cover up and stop play.
Miller Genuine Draft presents What's on Tap. A look ahead here at the action on Home Team Sports. The Bullets and the Cleveland Cavaliers will be taking the court on April 12th, 7:30 contest. Then on the 14th, a great doubleheader. First, it's baseball with the Orioles and the Detroit Tigers coming your way at 1:30. Then the Bullets and the Chicago Bulls at 7:30 p.m. All that action right here on Home Team Sports. And, of course, if the Capitals hang on with 4:10 left to go here and the 2-1 lead, we will have Game 6 for you Sunday night here from the Capitol Center at 7 o'clock. It all gets underway at 6:30 with Jeff Rimmer's Washington Gas Report.
From the face-off, the Devils come back on the attack. Up to center ice is McLean to again play it into the corner, and now Kevin Hatcher in behind the goal. Langway tries to take over, but we got a whistle. A hand pass is the ruling here from Rob Schiff. That stops play.
Well, the Caps need a big shift from somebody to get some more pressure in front of Burke. The Devils have really picked it up in the last 5 minutes, and they've got the Capitals running around a little bit, and it's gotten to be scrambly hockey and dangerous hockey. If you remember back to the series in '88, it was this type of situation, a real scrambly type of play that set up the John McLean goal. Even though it was a controversial goal, it was a scrambly play in the Capital zone with a deflection that ended up winning that game for the New Jersey Devils. So the Caps need a big shift here from one of their lines to get some pressure and put the Devils back on their heels a little bit with 3:58 now left in regulation.
Face-off comes back to Driver. He winds up, sends it wide of the Washington goal. Now back to the point for Weinrich. Knocked down by Druce. Picked up by Tim Berglund, and Druce leads it ahead. Berglund leads it ahead 2-5 for Hunter. And it's an icing call now against Washington.
That's a calculated gamble, and even though the Caps get penalized a bit by having this face-off back in their zone, it shows me they're looking to play some aggressive hockey. Trying to add to this lead, not just sit on it. And Caps will have to be sharp, though, with his face-off, and I would just suspect we're going to have to see Peter Stastny take this draw. He's won about 70% of the face-offs in this series. Well over 60% in the games he had as a member of the New Jersey Devils, and by far has been the most consistent and the best of the New Jersey face-off men. Dale Hunter will go for the Capitals. Mike Ridley also out there in case Hunter gets tossed out. Kelly Miller is the other forward.
Draw comes back to the point. Here's a slap shot blocked by Ridley. Chased by Hatcher into the corner. He clears off the board. Muller works the free. Now Stastny takes over again. Stastny to Muller. Checked by Kelly Miller. Back to Kevin Hatcher. And Hatcher winds it off the boards all the way back into the Jersey zone. This is Weinrich. Over to Driver. Driver out to center. Played back inside the Devils zone. Eric Weinrich, twisting and turning in the New Jersey end. Leads it up the middle out to center ice. Picked up there by Stastny. Stastny coming on, fires. Beaupre makes the save. Ciccarelli knocks it down. A rebound. That drifts just wide of the Washington net. Now back to the point. And Ridley keeps it going past Fetisov. All the way back inside. The Devils at here's Ciccarelli with a steal. Coming on with Pavanka. Ciccarelli in front of shot. And a goal! A steal just inside the blue line. And Dino Ciccarelli has scored in every game of this playoff series. The Caps lead 3-1. He goes out there and lifts his stick to knock that clearing pass down. Then he's looking to work the pass to Pavanka. But he keeps his head up, looking all the way. And once that defenseman commits, puts it right down on the ice between Burke
for the huge insurance goal, and the man who has carried the Capitals on his back for 4 straight games keeps it up. Right between the pads. They beat Burke there in the first game. They got him there now for a huge goal.
Time of the goal, 17:31. The 7th goal of this playoff series by Dino Ciccarelli. He leads the National Hockey League goal scorers in the playoffs. And that is his 9th point. There were 4 other players who had 8 points coming in at tonight's action. No one has scored the goals like Dynamic Dino.
You can understand, forget, if you can for a moment, even the goal, just the way he approaches the game, his exuberant style on the ice is going to make him a crowd favorite, but the fact that he's having a unbelievable playoff now has got him on the lips of every Capital fan.
Berglund chasing it out to center. Pivonka takes it away, brings it back to Sheehy in the Washington zone. We have 2 minutes left to play in the 3rd period. Cleared all the way down the ice. The Tisoff is there. Icing is the call. The face-off will come back to the Washington zone with 1:55 left in the 3rd period. And the Capitals have sent a very good feeling through this crowd here in the building tonight. 17,670 who are quite convinced that they will be coming back for another game here Sunday night.
But the Caps have got to be very careful. They've got to make sure they continue this tight play for the rest of the way. A quick goal here off the face-off, and it becomes just another scramble to the wire. Caps need to win this game out in style and not let the Devils get a sniff. Of course, 7 o'clock here at the Capitol Center on Sunday. We'll have it for you on Home Team Sports, but tickets are also available for Game C. Phone charge at 432-0200. All the Ticket Center outlets. You can get those tickets. Be out here in person for what should prove to be an unbelievable night here at the Capitol Center.
From the face-off, the puck comes back to Hatcher. He takes it behind the net. It's frozen against the sideboards for another draw in Washington ice.
John Crunup looking. He's got to figure out exactly when he wants to bring Sean Burke out. He's got a face-up in the zone, but it's not very deep in the zone. There still is 1:47 seconds left to go. Wants to see if he can get something out of Muller, McLean, and Stastny here. He's got Driver and Weiner, so he's got 5 very offensive-minded players looking to try and get the quick one before he has to pull Sean Burke.
Here's Mike Ridley moving the puck to center. Clears it across the line, back inside the New Jersey zone, and now Weiner makes the play ahead to Muller. He gives to Stastny. Stastny goes left side to Driver, pops across the blue line, but right to Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher leads it ahead to Kelly Miller. Miller's pushing it on, gets inside the line, walks in with Ridley. Here's a slap shot, save, rebound, another shot banned on by Ciccarelli. Back to the point. Here's Miller to Ciccarelli. A shot knocked down. A rebound, Fish 4 in front of the net, and finally the Devils take over. Down to 1:10 left, and Burke is still in the goal. Out at center ice, Hatcher keeps the pressure on in New Jersey's end by clearing the puck back inside the Devil zone. We're in the final minute of play in this game. Sundstrom stolen at the blue line. Burke had started out, and Ciccarelli has it taken away by Weinrich. Now it's cleared back to center ice. Sheehy forwards the puck to center, and Ciccarelli tries to work it free. Sundstrom takes it. Now Morris in across the line. Burke starts his move to the bench. He's replaced by a 6th attacker. The Devil net is empty. Back to Stevens behind the goal. Into the corner for Fetisov. Now it's played up the board. Chase behind the net. Shanahan centering. Hunter tries to clear it. A shot. Save Beaupre. Rebound. Sent wide. Now behind the goal. It's clear to the corner. 10 seconds left. Wilbrain run over on the play. Ciccarelli moves it to the blue line, but not out. Time running out of the clock. The puck loose. Here's a turnaround shot. Beaupre with a save at the last second. And that preserves the Washington victory. 3-1 over the New Jersey Devils. and shove as the game ends. But the game is over. Washington has won it. The series is tied at 2-2, and it's now a 3-game series with 2 of those contests to be played in New Jersey, and one of them here at the Capitol Center, and that will be occurring on Sunday night at 7:05 p.m. We'll have the game for you on Home Team Sports beginning at 6:30. Shots on goal in the third period. For New Jersey, they have 7. A game total of 24. And Washington with 11 shots on goal, giving them 33 for the night. Capitals 3, the Devils 1. The Caps win it. Here's Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. Dino, a great team effort tonight. How about it? Well, it felt great. I think Donnie Beaupre made some great saves early, and everybody stuck together as a team and kept working hard. And we got a couple guys that chip in early with a couple goals, and it felt great.
All right, I want you to describe that goal. What a great effort.
Well, I tried to cut the angle on Burke. I was fortunate enough to knock it down with my stick. I was looking for Plavonka. The defenseman played it pretty well. He took the pass away. Then I just tried to get by him and get it on the net. And I caught him 5-hole again. I was pretty fortunate.
Congratulations. Keep that streak going.
Thank you. It feels good.
Dino Ciccarelli comes up with that big goal, the insurance goal. Let's bring Don Beaupre in, who is our Texaco star of the game. Donnie, just a great effort. I know you wanted the opportunity. You made the best of it tonight.
Well, it's kind of a tough game. We played great defense. You don't get a lot of shots, especially in the third. And, you know, it's a one-goal game. You know, that one shot could be a big one. You have to make the save. And, you know, you tighten up a little bit when you don't get much work. But, you know, I would hold to about 3 or 4 shots in the third. It was a great job.
You made a number of key saves in this hockey game. We've got one from the first period. You may recall it against Bruce Driver.
Yeah, I think I remember out of the corner of my eye, I saw him there and turn. You can see the pass, and I could cheat a little bit because I knew he was there. And, you know, luckily he didn't get it up. That's all I could get with my 2 pads over there, and that was enough.
How about staying sharp, Don? You've had some outstanding practices waiting for this opportunity. Today, again, you make that best of that opportunity.
I'm glad you noticed in my practice, Jeff. You know, I really worked hard at practice. I know, you know, it's tough. These one-goal series and physical series that it's going to take a couple guys, you know. Mike had some unfortunate luck, really. He's played pretty well, but sometimes the puck just goes in the net and nothing you can do, and Terry decided to make a change, and I just wanted to be ready, you know. I think I've played enough years in this league to know you have to be ready all the time.
You as a goaltender got to appreciate the scoring heroics of Dino Ciccarelli in this series, and you did it again tonight.
Well, you know, I was standing there in the third thinking, geez, another one-goal game, and every game, you know, I can't remember a game I haven't played in the last couple of months. That wasn't one goal, and that third goal by him was really big. You know, it's not a game winner or anything, but it takes the pressure off a little the last couple of minutes.
Last question. The best-of-3 affair now. You go to New Jersey. You've won there, and home ice advantage has proven means very little in this series.
Well, I think that's, you know, it gets parity in the league, and when there's parity in the league, anybody can beat any other team any night, and it doesn't matter where the game is. And, you know, we're hoping that's going to hold true next game.
Great effort. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jeff.
Don Beaupre, our Texaco star of the game. We've got more of our post-game show. Stay tuned.